morning guys, and welcome to the Top Lake Renovations Part 2. If you've seen Part 1, you see the plans that we had to drain down the backside, take all the silt out, fill the water up from there and then do the other side. That's not going to happen now because we've taken so much silt, or we found so much silt in this side. That's going to be all we can do. If you haven't seen Part 1, have a watch of that. If you have, then this is obviously the work we've been doing. This is a good catch up of how hard we've been working. You can see I'm covered in mud. It's been an absolute nightmare. The rain was pouring on week 1. It was making it near on impossible. My mental health was tested to the max, but we're still going. The sun's shining now and we're cracking on. So I'm going to take the digger in the lake. You can see what we've been doing. It's looking really, really good, by the way. And I'll tell you a bit more about the change of plans and what we're now going to be doing. So this is the only way we can get in and out of the lake with this big one, causing a bit of a mess as we do, which we'll have to clear up afterwards. Let's go and move some debris. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull back. You'll notice I use the word snot a lot. It's just the best way I can describe the clay and the silt that we're taking out. And a lot of this has been churned up by the tracks from the digger. Obviously we don't want this in the lake. And we have to pull this the whole length of the lake, because you'll see up the other end how much we've destroyed the path up there, and I don't want to be doing that on the whole lake. It's a bit time consuming having to do this. It's just part and parcel of the job. Before we started this job, I'd never driven a 13 tonner before. It's very similar, but just everything's bigger. A little bit more daunting at first. But spending 12 hours a day at a digger soon gets you accustomed to how to operate it smoothly. What we want is just a nice dry clay bed, getting all the silt out. And give the longevity of the fishery a new lease of life. We're going to get this down with what I've scraped back earlier, and then we're going to go up the other end and we're going to load Dickie up with a load of silt that I put up there the other night. It would have been easier to have two 13 tonners in here with another digger driver, but that would have probably been about £2,000 a week more, and I just haven't got that budget at the moment. And those people that think that Churchgate's expensive, well, this is where you can see the money's going. I'm forever trying to improve the fishery, make it better. I've got a little bit of OCD, as many of you probably know, and I like it to be as perfect as it can be. I know a lot of anglers don't like perfect lakes. They want to rough it in the mud, more natural, and that's great. It's just not how I want Churchgate to be. I think I've found quite a few very happy members that enjoy what I'm doing here, like it the way that we're doing it, and that's the way I want to do it. So the main reason we started this top lake, obviously as a result of what we did down on the middle lake, we noticed the massive improvement taking all that silt out. Like I keep saying, over 3,000 tonnes. It's a ridiculous amount of silt. 30 years of build up, losing up to 5 foot of depth in places. So now we've done that, we've given the fish so much more room to swim around, room to grow, more oxygen, more water. And that's obviously what I want to do here on the top lake. But more importantly, when we blocked the channels off and started pumping the water out of this backside, the depth and amount of silt that we had was just ridiculous. We planned on obviously taking the silt out of both sides, but it's taken us 2 weeks, and obviously we're still not done, as you can see. It's taken us 2 weeks just to get to where we are now. That massive bowl that we dug behind this top lake, it's nearly full up already. So we're only going to get to do the top lake. But when we close those channels off and we drain the water back, we netted what fish were in here, and there wasn't a single carp. It's winter, it's cold. The carp go to the deeper water in those conditions, and there clearly wasn't any deep water around this side of the lake. So, even more reason that this needed to be done. We're going to gain 3 or even 4 feet of depth once I've dug some clay out as well, and that's going to encourage the carp to come around here in the winter and make these swims on this side a lot more attractive to the anglers, because they've got more chance of catching a fish. I was planning on putting platforms on all of the swims and giving people an option of having a cabin or a normal swim. We've changed our minds about that, or I have. So we're now just going to have 2 swims, 14 and 12, the even numbers, and we're taking out the odd numbers, 11, 13 and 15. They're going to now become social areas. We're going to do a really cool social area on 13 in between the 2 cabins, and that will be where both sets of anglers, because each cabin will have 2 anglers, both sets of anglers can socialise, congregate in that middle swim, so they're not too far away from the rods. We're going to build cabins on swims 12 and 14, and we're going to build platforms out in front of those 2 swims over the water, so that they can have their rods out in front of them. The cabins are going to be insulated. They're going to sleep in their own beds. They'll be insulated, there'll be heating, there'll be electric, there'll be Wi-Fi, there'll be a fridge, maybe a little table and chairs if there's room, and nice double doors so they open out onto the platform that they're going to fish from. And then if they want to socialise, they can gather in swim 13. We're going to cover that as well. We're going to make it like a shed. It won't be insulated, but it'll be dry. There'll be a table and chairs, and maybe even a barbecue, you never know. And if someone's hiring one of those cabins and don't know the other people in the other cabin, then swim 15 and swim 11 will be a social area for those people that don't want to mix with it or don't know the people on the other side. Obviously, I encourage my members here to make new friends and socialise, but if you don't feel like doing that, it's not compulsion, so it's up to them. So they'll have a social area individually for privacy in 15 and 11, or 13 will be the communal one between the 2 cabins. And obviously we could encourage a lake exclusive this side, only to members. Excuse me. And with all this silt taken out, the depth, the more probability of carp around this side, I think they're going to be very popular. We're going to keep swim 10 up at the top as well. That's going to be the we spent a lot of money building it, and if you want to get someone that just wants to fish out their bivvy in swim 10 along with those people in 12 and 14, then that's going to be an option, but if not, then they don't have to. So that's the new plan after getting in here, draining the lake down and seeing how much silt there was. And more importantly, the less platforms I've got to build, the less work we've got to do, the quicker we can get it done and the quicker we can get this lake back reopened. So that's the changes in plans that we've had to make from draining the lake and seeing exactly what we had to work with. So each time I have to come round the side of this silt pit get myself up on that platform, and start loading him. Alright, so I'm in position. Let's get the first dumper load loaded. This is the difficult bit. I have to be so delicate so that I spill as little as possible. This silt I'm taking out now is quite a nice thick consistency, which makes it easier to load the dumper. With all that rain we had on that first week, it was literally falling out the bigger bucket as I was loading it. We can only get 3 bucket loads in a dumper at a time. Can you imagine a 9-ton or 6-ton dumper with 3 or even 4 ton of silt? It carves the path up, making deep tracks. And every time we empty this bowl, which takes about an hour or so, then Dickie's got to get on a digger and scrape the tracks back just so that he can keep going, because otherwise the dumper gets buried and stuck. So Dickie's obviously taking a dumper from the side of the lake down to the big hole that we dug, tipping the silt in there and then coming back. So I have to wait, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. He's mustered on that dumper. So while we've been digging this out as well, we've been draining the other side. So that's come right down in depth now. So Monday, we're going to be netting that. We took 800 pounds of silvers out of this lake, out of this shallow side. So as I said, there was not a single carp because it obviously wasn't deep enough. They were all in the deeper water around the big side. So we took 800 pounds of silvers out when we netted this small side. And they didn't actually have enough, they didn't anticipate that many fish coming out of this side. So we only managed to take 300 pounds of silvers out. And we had to put 500 pounds back in the in the bigger side, ready for when we net that. And we're going to take every one of those out. They get sold off to match lakes, where they're more welcomed, because those small silvers are taking oxygen away from the carp. More importantly, they're eating the pellet, the crushed boilie, and all of the bait that you anglers are putting in, which means the carp aren't getting it. So this work that we do, the expense that I spend to do this work, is all to improve the quality, the size of the carp that we got in here. So when we do that netting, we're going to be taking all of those silvers out. We've got grass carp in here as well. Some people like them, some people don't. I think the biggest we took out, or that was caught last year, was about 28 pounds. That's a decent sized grass carp. So what we're going to do is take any grass carp under 25 pound out, leaving the bigger ones, because obviously they're more attractive to be caught. And once that netting's been done, it might take us 2 days, because I don't think we're going to get it all done in a day. So we'll do a couple of days of that. That cost me £1,500 just for that, plus the time. And then we'll start pumping the water up from the middle lake to start refilling these lakes once we've finished this small side, backside, whatever. We've got to build the platform still on 12 and 14. We do that by pushing 4x4 posts into the clay using the digger bucket so that they're nice and sturdy. Then we build the platforms off of those posts so that the anglers can put their rods on those. And obviously we're going to have platforms in the lake so that it's shallow enough to get in with a nice big fish so they can get that magic water shot. And then we'll start filling this up. Also, we'll be taking the channels out. I did have a couple of people thinking that we were making it 2 lakes again. That's definitely not going to be the case. But once the water's down on the other side low enough, we'll dig out the channels. And as I said, we're going to be making that middle channel between 6 and 13 twice as wide, if not wider. And then we're going to make this top channel between 9 and 10 twice as wide as well. So those 2 islands will become islands rather than just small channels. That's going to encourage fish movement. It's going to get the fish moving around, especially onto this backside of the lake. And giving the guys a chance, guys or girls, a chance that are in these cabins to catch some nice big lumps. We've got over 10, 12, 30s in here already, and a load of mid to high 20s as well. So I'm hoping 36 pound was the biggest. There was a couple of those up here. So with this biomass management and the removal of the silvers, the increased depth over here as well, over this side, I'm hoping that'll encourage the fish, well, it will encourage the fish growth. And then we can get those 40s and maybe even a 50 one day. How's that hole doing? It's all right, yeah? We're obviously conscious that that hole's filling up now. Hence why we're not going to be able to take anything out the other side. Each time we empty this pit that we've dug here in the lake, I reckon it's about 25 dumper loads. And each dumper load, even if we said it's 3 tonne, so that's 75 tonne each time. Maybe a little bit more. And I reckon we've probably done, I don't know, I'd have to guess, but 15, we've emptied this pit of that about 15 times, maybe 20. I mean, my quick maths, if we've done that 20 times, it's 75 tonne. What's that, 1,500 tonne? And we're not done yet. So I reckon there's going to be a good 2,000 tonne come out of this backside of the top lake, which, considering it was only 2 to 3 feet deep, it's amazing how much silt was in there. So that's it for filming for today. I've got a couple of hours ahead of me loading these dumpers, but thanks for watching. It's a little bit of an insight into what we do here at Churchgate. A lot of people don't realise the amount of work that we do. So hopefully this has given you a bit of an insight into that. Thanks for watching. Like I say, we'll do another video showing you a bit more of the progress that we've done. But if you do like what you're watching, please like, please subscribe. That's the main thing. For me to monetize this channel a little bit and to help pay towards the filming that we do, I need to hit 1,000 subscribers by the 15th of March. I'm up to 600, so not too bad. Costs you nothing to subscribe, and if you can, if you hit that bell as well, you'll get notification every time I film some more content. So we're planning to do loads more now the tackle shop's gone. So I'll be entertaining you guys with what's going on behind the scenes, running the fishery, the fish coming out, the netting, loads and loads of stuff like that. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, please like, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.